understanding of the difficulties and the ugliness of the world as seen through the body. Now, I wondered whether I can do two things. I'm going to introduce you to two things now. Now he's going to talk more about the geography of the afterworld. Now, he calls this picture of the real condition of the earth serpent-like. Through the middle of it is a hollow, and there are 4 rivers that run through there and lakes. Now, those souls that have been judged now are sent someplace. We have already heard where the philosophers are sent and what they experience, and now he wants to give an overview of what happens to everyone else. Now, I can go over this quickly. It's quite interesting because here we take a look at what is the nature of these kinds, what we can call them offenses or sins. Actually, there are only 5 in the Platonic world. And they are very interesting. I find them quite interesting. Well, now I want to go back to this in a few minutes for a reason that I want to share with you because I think it's quite interesting. But so first I'll do this geography and make a couple of points, then we'll go back to it for another reason because I want to go into it for a greater depth. So the guides finally bring you to the Akchusian Lake. That's the lake where everyone who is neither good nor bad, they've never really done things that are too bad or too good, that's where they go. And when they're there, for what they've done that's good, they get some rewards and punished for the things they did that are good. But there's no real crimes. There's nothing quite serious there. And therefore, from that point, they can await reincarnation. So most people, therefore, end up here. And they get their rewards and punishments, and then they go on and get reincarnated. So this is the lake of reincarnation. Now, notice what he is now considering the great crimes, the great sins. He says, but when the guide brings these people to the lake, and among them there are people who committed sacrilege and murder, especially wicked murder, they are sent to Tartarus. That's this, Tartarus. To the very bottomless pit. Never to return, no reincarnation. For what? Sacrilege and wicked murders. Then he has another set of crimes. And he gives examples of them. There are examples of them now, so it includes more than what I'm going to mention since there are examples of it. The basic element for these set of crimes now is that they were committed in a moment of passion. There are 2 kinds. All right, offenses against father and mother. All right, they are the worst. Committed at a moment of passion. And homicides, again, committed in a moment of passion. They too are sent down, down, down to Coctus. And they have to then spend a long time there. But it's in 2 periods. The first is, here they are at the bottom of Tartarus, and then they go to this river Coctus. And they spend only a year there, and the wave then washes them up, And then this river then goes by this lake, doesn't touch it, goes by it. And therefore those people who have committed offenses have to then encounter the people they have offended, and they have to beseech them and plead with them to allow them to turn around and to be part once more of that great body, that lake, where then they can be reincarnated. But they have to cry out, they have to beg to let them come into the lake. So what I'd like to do is just read a couple of those lines so you can see it comes out of the text, and it's very nice language, so let me read it for you. But those who appeared to be incurable, on account of the greatness of their wrongdoings, because they have committed many great deeds of sacrilege, or wicked and abominable murders, or any other such crimes, are cast by their fitting destiny into Tartarus, whence they never emerge. Those who are curable, but are found to have committed great sins in a moment of passion, for example, right? Have done an act of violence against father and mother, but have lived in repentance for the rest of their lives, or who have slain some other person under similar circumstances, passion, these must be thrown into Tartarus. And when they've been there a year, the wave casts them out. Homicides, murders, go by Coctus. And those who have outraged their parents by way of Priphylegeton. And when they've been brought by the current to the great Archesusian lake, they shout and cry out, calling to those whom they have slain or outraged, begging and beseeching them to be gracious and let them come into the lake. And if they prevail, they come out and cease from their ills. And therefore they have a chance then of going back into the lake for reincarnation. Now, isn't that interesting? Look what we have here. Look at the crimes. The great crimes are acts like sacrilege and wicked murders. One. Right, one. Two, those crimes committed under acts of passion. Two kinds. One against father, violence against father and mother, and homicides. Three, those people who have neither done nothing too bad, nothing too good. 1, 2, 3.
Mediocre.
Yeah. There are two possibilities, of course, for these people who have committed acts of passion. Right, the homicides go to Coctus, and the passions against father and mother go to Phlereton, and then they can then go close to the lake and be saved. 1, 2, 3. That's actually 1, 2, 3, and 2 subclasses. Right. Now look. Isn't that interesting? Sacrilege, which is an act against the divine. Wicked murders. Passion, crimes of passion, whatever they may be. That